For this Q&A, Donna speaks directly and without edit. Your questions range widely, from Elvis, Gladys and Priscilla to the many people, events, accounts and controversies that surround the Presley story. Today, she offers her responses with clarity, composure and a firm dedication to truth.
Hello everyone, I'm Donna Presley and I'd like to welcome you to the Donna Presley official YouTube channel. Today's another day for a Q&A. You ask the questions, I'll give the answers. Let's get started. Okay, the first one is from Ray Wynn. Did Priscilla burn Elvis's books? To my knowledge, I don't know of any books that Priscilla burned. I do understand that Elvis burned some of the books himself that he had been reading, and he felt that they did not go along with his Christian upbringing, and so he wanted to remove them from around him. And he felt the best way to get rid of those was to burn them because he no longer wanted to deal with them. So there you go. This next one is from Famous Eugene. I didn't write this. I promise I didn't. How the heck do you look so young? You have no wrinkles. I want to know your secret. Okay. All right. Well, here's my secret. And thank you for the very lovely compliment. That's very sweet of you. Thank you. I was blessed enough to be born into the Presley family. So I have a really good gene foundation. But I do take care of myself. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Never have. Never had anything to do with any kind of drugs or anything like that. I don't take medication at all. I'm very healthy, thank goodness, but I take care of myself. If you want to know my secrets, in the morning, every morning I get up and I use ice cubes on my face and my neck. And then I put on a great moisturizer and sunscreen. And then I put on my makeup. And then at night, I always cleanse my face really well. I never sleep with makeup on. And I do facial exercises, the yoga facial exercises every night. So that's my secret. But thank you again for the lovely compliment. Okay. Dear Donna, this is from Kath. I appreciate very much the way you talk about Elvis and inform us. Well, thank you. It is my mission in life to stand up for Elvis and my family, so thank you for that. If you don't mind, I'd like to know how you would portray Gladys, because I'm always surprised by the way she's usually portrayed, such as in the Baz Luhrmann movie, for instance. Or maybe if you have a memory about Gladys that you would like to share with us. Thanks a lot. Well, Kath, I think most of the movies that are out that have anything to do with Aunt Gladys do not portray her in a good manner. I don't think any of them have portrayed any of the family members in a good light. And I certainly don't think that they've done any justice for Elvis, most of them. As far as Aunt Gladys is concerned, I was 8 years old when Aunt Gladys passed away, so I don't have a lot of memories of her. I do remember visiting them one winter at the Audubon house. And I remember it was after Christmas. However, they kept the tree up, and there were presents stacked halfway to the ceiling. Elvis wasn't home at that time, and so they wanted to make sure that he got the full swing of Christmas. And it had snowed, and so they put snowballs in the freezer for him, just to make it very special for him. But that's my really one memory that I have of Aunt Gladys that I could share with you, because I was young. Thank you. Okay, and this is from Catherine. What happened to Elvis's double first cousin, Patsy Presley? Patsy now lives, I believe, in Mississippi. I haven't seen her or talked to her in a few years now, but as far as I know, the last time I had any connection with her at all, she was living in Mississippi, and she's just living her life in her own way. And sharing her time with her children and her grandchildren. And the second part of that question is, where was Jesse Guerin buried? He was buried in Tupelo. However, that was in 1935, and so they didn't mark the graves back then like they do now. So I don't know that there's any he's got any kind of destination as to where his grave is, if they know where it is, because many were lost, through the years. And so, to my knowledge, there's no marker or anything like that for him, and they're not really sure exactly where he is buried. Thank you. All right. This is from Margaret. Question: did Elvis know Priscilla cheated with her dance instructor, Mike Penn, and when did he know she cheated with Mike Stone? And did family members know? I don't know that Elvis knew that she was cheating with her dance instructor. I'm sure he probably had doubts, and wondered about it. Of course, it was a big thing when Mike Stone came to the picture, and so that kind of blew up, and everybody knew that. So yeah, the family members did find out about that, of course, too. So that's the best I can give you on that, because it's hard to say when exactly and what Elvis did know in regards to Mike Penn. I don't have any idea about that, but I'm sure he probably figured something was going on. You can't usually hide things like that. Okay, all right. This is from Bobby. I have a question, please. What was Elvis really like behind closed door when only family was around? Well, Elvis was very playful. He was very much enjoyed having a good time. So he always makes sure that everyone around him had a good time as well. So he would, sometimes watch television, watch movies. He loved movies, and just hang out at Graceland, and come into Grandma's room and sit down and talk with her and other family members that if we were in there. So he just like anybody else, he just loved being around family because he felt comfortable. He knew he could trust his family, and that we loved him, whether he was Elvis or Elvis Presley. So yeah, he was just hanging out and enjoying life and loved being with family. So thank you for the question. Okay. This is from Janie. Was there any indication that Elvis and Priscilla didn't get along before they finally divorced? Well, Janie, I think most people, try to hide that kind of thing, to protect family members, and especially if there's children involved, and of course Lisa was. So I think that they tried to hide that. But however, you can feel tension and you can see tension in people when they're even when they're trying their very best. So yeah, we kind of knew that things weren't going well. So there you go. We did know something was going amiss, that they weren't comfortable around each other, and there was just a lot of tension. So thank you. And okay, who was the one person? This is from Helene. Who was the one person Elvis trusted most in the family? Well, Helene, like I said, he knew that he could trust us. However, I would say that Uncle Vernon and Grandma were his most trusted confidants. He would talk to them about things that he might not talk to anybody else about, because he wanted their advice, their counsel, and they always gave him very good advice and very good counsel on things. And so, if you could say anybody was particular, it'd be Uncle Vernon and Grandma. Okay, this next one. Sorry, not sorry. Was Elvis sensitive to criticism? Yes, he was. Elvis was, flesh and blood, just like the rest of us. And although he was a superstar and an icon, and most everybody loved him, and he knew that, it still hurt him to be criticized. He didn't like to hear about that. And I don't think, as human beings, any of us do. It's very difficult when people criticize us, especially when maybe they don't know us or understand us. So it's very difficult to be judged by people that don't really know you and that don't know your innermost thoughts and feelings. So yes, it hurt him greatly to be criticized. And when when he was betrayed by certain family members or close friends, it hurt him greatly. It really did. Because there's one thing that you could always say about Elvis, is he was extremely, extremely loving and extremely loyal to everybody who was close to him. So it did hurt him deeply, yes. This is from Tammy. Hi, Donna. I enjoy your channel. After Lisa Marie passed away and everything went to Raleigh, I was wondering why Priscilla doesn't go to Graceland for Elvis Week and his birthday celebration. Well, Riley's in charge now, and Priscilla's no longer needed there, and because Riley's in charge. So there's no need for her to come. She is no longer the head of Graceland. Riley is. So she doesn't come. Okay. This is from David. Hi, Donna. I just wanted to say thank you for keeping Elvis's memory alive. My question is, did Elvis have any plans to do any more movies before he passed? Well, thank you, David. I appreciate you that you do like my channel. It means a great deal to me. I always try to be very focused and very loving and portray Elvis and the family in the proper manner, in the proper light. Certainly Elvis was not perfect, but he deserves dignity and he deserves respect and love, and such as what he gave. And he gave everything he had to everybody else. So, did he have any plans to make any more movies? I know Elvis always in his mind and in his heart, he always wanted to go back and do some movies that had a lot of meat to them, that very dramatic roles. He felt like he had so much more to give as far as being an actor than what he actually had done. Most of the movies that he did, although they were fun and uplifting and lighthearted, were not something that he wanted to continue to do. He wanted to really become a serious actor. So I'm sure he had plans to do so. And it's just a shame that he wasn't given the opportunity to do that. He passed way too soon. Okay. Hi, Donna. This is from Ava. Do you know if Elvis ever spoke about June Wanico in the years after their time together? Thank you for this channel, setting the record straight. Thank you, Ava. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that you enjoy and like my channel. To my knowledge, he never said a lot about her. He always had kind things to say about her. She was a love of his, and they spent time together in the early years. And she's a lovely, wonderful woman. She's just as beautiful today as she was then, and very warm and caring. So whatever he said, I can assure you, it would have been very kind and very good. Okay. Hi, Donna. Will you please verify the below timeline? I just want to make sure I got it right. You worked in 71. You married in 71 and left Graceland, and you worked in the office. Okay. Yes, I did. The timeline is very, very close to that. Yes. From 67 to 69, we lived on the Circle G. And then after 69, we moved on to the Hill at Graceland. And we lived there. I lived there till 1971 when I married and moved to my own home. But I moved very close. I was within 10 minutes of Graceland, so I didn't go far away. But my family remained there until several years after it was opened. So and I worked there from 79. I started working January of 79 for Uncle Vernon, and then he passed away in June, of course, of 79. But I continued to work there with my cousin Patsy, and until they actually closed the office there when they opened it to the public. So there you go. Okay, let's see here. This is from Carol. Did Priscilla keep Lisa from your side of the family? Priscilla, once she took charge, just pushed the family aside, and so we didn't have access unless, of course, we decided to buy a ticket or something, and then we wouldn't have been able to see Lisa. So, in a manner of speaking, yes, that's true. She was kept from us, and I did intend to reach out to her, and I really wanted to, but I think maybe because of the fact that she had been kept from us, and I mean, she was close to Patsy, my cousin Patsy, but Patsy traveled with Priscilla, and they had a really close relationship. But the rest of us were kind of erased from that situation, and so we didn't have access to Lisa. But I should have reached out to her. I wish now I had, especially after I read her book and saw that she felt alone and unloved, because she wasn't. She had us, and we did love her, and I feel that's one deep regret that I have, is that I didn't reach out to her. But I actually thought that maybe it would have been rejected, but that was just my feeling, not possibly what would have actually happened. So I do regret that, but yes, thank you for the question. Okay, this is from Jay. Donna, did you get the chance to meet Joe Mascao, and what did you think of him and his participation with Elvis and the gospel music they sang? I love listening to Elvis's gospel music. Actually, no, I never got to meet Joe Mascao. I had seen him in several occasions at, like different places and when they would sing and so forth, but I never actually met him. However, Terry Blackwood sang with Joe, and I got to know him really well. Terry and I are really good friends. We speak on the phone ever so often, and I see him occasionally when he's in Memphis or whatever, because he lives close to Nashville. But we're good friends, and I'm really proud of that and really pleased about that, because he's a wonderful man and a wonderful human being and a very good Christian man. So thank you for the question. This is from Shannon. I swear I'm not writing these questions. I swear I'm not. Are all the Presleys beautiful? Miss Donna, you're gorgeous. Well, thank you. You are extremely kind, but thank you very much. That would be a hard thing for me to say, as far as like, that's probably as far as asking if all the Presleys are beautiful. We're very fortunate to be born into the Presley family. There's no doubt about that. But I think probably beauty's in the eye of the beholder, so I can really answer that. But I think they're all beautiful. So, yes, thank you very much. This is from Linda. You are a sweet lady. I love how you defend Elvis. Thank you very much. I appreciate that your kindness. That is so thoughtful of you. Thank you. Do you think that Elvis knew that the Memphis Mafia was so two-faced? Elvis believed in people. And he believed in the guys that were around him. I don't think that he realized that they would hurt him as deeply as some of them have. And the books that have been written and the things that have been terrible things that have been said about him by the people that were supposedly as closest to him. Not all of them have done that. There were several members of the Memphis Mafia who were true to Elvis, who were very close to him and loved him and maintained that love always. But there have been some, of course, that I felt were there just for what they could garner from him and receive from him. But Elvis was a very loyal and loving person, and he always tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. So I don't think he may have seen some things and realized some things, yes, because he was very intuitive and he was very smart and he could read people. So he probably did see some things, but like a lot of us, and unfortunately, I have this same fault, is I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I've been burned several times because of that. But that's just what comes with it. So yeah, some of us have not always realized that, but and we paid for it in the end. But thank you. Well, guys and girls, that's the end of today's Q&A. So I'm going to sign off, but till we see each other again, God bless.
Later this week, Donna will offer a quiet reflection from Sweden. Why Elvis Inspires Me. Soon after, she will present the next programme, Elvis, the Only Woman He Truly Needed. She hopes you will join her for both.